Willie, what's going on? How's your day going so far, bro? What am I wearing today? This is what I'm wearing today. Willie, what are you wearing today? Today I am wearing Twist Heritage number 137 dupe of Parfums de Marly's Altair. This compared to Liquid Brun, I own Liquid Brun. I like this one significantly more than Liquid Brun. Sure, it might not be like as strong as in your face as Liquid Brun, but honestly, I kind of like the less strongness of this fragrance, if that makes a lot of sense. And I don't know. I think it just honestly smells better than Liquid Brun. What's up, man? How's your girl? I hope she's doing great. All what's going on? What's up, man? How's your girl? She's doing pretty good. Yeah, she's doing good. We've been hanging out the past couple days. Um, doing as good as she can be doing. That's really the big thing for sure. Hope she's doing great. Not that great. Great grandma unfortunately passed this morning at 8:21. Willie, I'm sorry to hear that. Last year, around this time, actually, we had my great grandpa pass away. So that one, definitely tough. Um, yeah, man. Willie, I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks. Um, but you gotta just kind of look at it in some good ways. Like my grandpa was like 94 or something when he passed away, so he lived a incredibly long life. Had a good long life, and had a lot of people in his life. So although yeah, it is a sad thing. Try to remember the good part. The good parts of it. But yeah, it's tough. So Willie, I'm sorry about that, man. Um, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. It's funny because I was actually just well, it's not funny, but it's weird because I was just thinking about like the other day. I was like, wait, it's been like just about a year since my great grandpa passed away. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say it's funny as if the situation's funny, but just that like I don't know what I'm saying. I'm kind of sad, Willie. Y'all, I want to show you guys something new I just got. It's just a little sample. This is YSL Myself Lab Salute. Cool spice, ginger, rich orange blossom, and warm woods. That's just the three notes it says, but if I'm not mistaken, from the note breakdown, when I looked it up, there's way more notes than just these three. I have not actually opened up this little sample yet. I can smell it through the cap though, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. All the juice does appear to be in there, although it's not completely full. So maybe it leaked a little bit, but I can smell it. Definitely smells similar to myself eau de parfum. And I had smelt the Lab Salute, and I want to say at my Dillard's and my Sephora, or my Dillard's and my Ulta on two different occasions, and I think it's good. Um, but every single time I see a fragrance brand that posts on Instagram, they're like, hey, sign up for a free sample, I do it. So like I got this YSL Myself one. That's how I got um a sample of Creed Millisem Imperial, and I have an Amouage sample coming in as well. So I'd say if you guys are just looking for some samples, just like scroll on Instagram, because although it's not, something's not going to pop up every day, there's still a chance you could get a little you could get a free sample. And I didn't even have to pay for like shipping or anything on this. They just send these out completely for free. It's okay, I know what you mean. Long time no see, Mykah. What's up? Darsh, it has been a while. How have you been, Darsh? Mykah, you shop at Aroma Concepts. So I've never actually shopped off of their website specifically. But like I do have like Coconut Lagoon, which is from Paris Corner and Aroma Concepts. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I've shopped from Aroma Concepts, but I've never like bought directly from them. But I would say that they're pretty legit. Coconut Lagoon, it's going to be one of their best sellers, and it's going to be one of the ones that they, advertise for a lot. I would say that one's good. But yeah, Aroma Concepts, if I'm not mistaken, it's just like a branch of Paris Corner. Same with like how Maison Alhambra is just like a branch off of Latafa. Could have said what unfortunate coincidence. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was what words I was looking for. Dexter Morgan, what's going on? I'm good. How are you? Darsh, I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Um, yeah, you know, just having a pretty good day, chilling, going live now. How are you doing, Darsh? Well, I already asked, actually. I know you're doing good. Tiki Taki, what's going on? Y'all, what is everybody's scent of the day as well? Dude, it is hot in my room. What is everybody's scent of the day? I'm wearing Twist Heritage number 137. With this fragrance, top notes of cinnamon, cardamom, orange blossom, and bergamot. Middle notes of bourbon, vanilla, and LMI. And base notes of praline, musk, ambroxan, gaiac wood, tonka, and candied almond. Really, really good fragrance here. You should go check out their make your own bundle sale. Got 8 frags for $114 after tax. And since I'm in Montana, I don't have to pay tax or anything like that. Damn, see, that seems like a good deal. I will probably check that out, Willie. Thank you for putting that on my radar. Scent of the day, Roja Elysium. I need to try that one. I definitely want to try some Roja. When I think of Roja, I kind of think of them being in like the same vein as like Nishani, not like, you know, fragrance wise, like, oh, they all smell the same, but like they're two very like comparable brands, I kind of feel like. And I had Ani, and like Nishani Ani, it was okay. I'm gonna say it was a little more overrated, to be honest. Like, it smelled good, but I wore it one time, and I didn't get like any compliments or anything on it. So, scent of the day, Stronger With You EDT. Stronger With You EDT, great fragrance. This was my first fragrance, my favorite fragrance. Super good fragrance. If you guys have not seen, they're coming out with a brand new Stronger With You Powerfully. And it looks like it's going to kind of be a similar, you know, kind of sweet, borderline gourmand, not too gourmand fragrance. But it has cherry in it. And I love cherry. I think cherry smells fantastic. I would love to see how Armani does it with a Stronger With You. But when I'm telling you, that one is on my radar. Probably not as soon as it comes out, but once it, you know, kind of hits discounters and maybe it starts getting a little cheaper, I'll get it. But, you know, if it gets to a point where I have, you know, $100, whatever that I can spend, and it's $100, you know, I'll probably buy it. It's more kind of a dupe of an original Lamal. I actually really like it. One of them DNAs I really like. What about you? What was yours? If you're asking my fragrance of the day, Twist Heritage. If you're asking my thoughts on Lamal, I love the Lamal DNA. And what clone is it? Is it the is it Cuba Gold, or is it a different one? Because I know a lot of people say Cuba Gold is a dupe of Lamal, but it came out before Lamal. And I saw this one dude talking about it, and he's like, guys, just because Cuba Gold came out before Lamal doesn't mean it's better. I don't think anyone's sitting here saying Cuba Gold's better than Lamal, but they're just saying that it's the original fragrance. Ifanar, what's going on? Mokon, what's going on, man? No, Jungle Man got you. Are you a cat or a dog person? I mean, I love, you know, both animals equally. I have, personally at my house, you know, I have 2 dogs, I have 1 cat. But pretty much my whole life, I've had like 2 dogs, 2 cats. I love dogs, you know, I love cats. I feel like maybe cats are a little easier to take care of and they're not as needy as dogs, which I like a little bit, but also at the same time, you know, I like just having like, you know, a crazy dog, something like that. I don't know. I really wouldn't say I prefer one over another. I think that they're both amazing animals. And I'm really just like a big animal person, you know. I love pretty much all animals unless they're trying to kill me or something like that. Haven't been here in a minute. Mokon, it has been a little bit. How are you doing today, man? And if you guys have not told me yet, tell me, or you guys got to let me know. What are you guys wearing today? I'm wearing Twist Heritage, dupe of Parfums de Marly's Altair. Let's see. We're going to take this. Y'all, what fragrances are you hoping to get for Christmas? If you asked for any, you know, what did you ask for? I asked for 2. I don't really want to spoil what I asked for because I do feel like, you know, it is cool just to kind of see what I do get. And for some people, it is cool if I, you know, tell them, oh, I got this one coming in the mail. But I really do like trying to keep things a surprise for as long as I can. Been very inactive lately on here. Souls of Sod, you're good, man. You're good. Good smelling fresh. There you go. Myself, Eau de Parfum. Beautiful fragrance. I just put my bottle away. But yeah, beautiful beautiful fragrance right here. The whole note breakdown of this one, Mokon, you get bergamot and Calabrian bergamot in the top. You get, I believe it's like Tunisian mandarin blossom in the middle notes, then ambrofix and patchouli. Great fragrance right here. And Mokon, this morning I actually just got a sample of YSL Myself La Absolute. So I have smelled this one before, but it is nice to actually get like a little sample of it so I can, you know, do a whole review and actually let people know. Getting La Mole Parfum from your bestie as a gift. There you go. Fire, thanks. It's so cool. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I was definitely excited. And I think YSL Myself, as far as the whole line, it's probably the best designer line that came out recently. Even, you know, I don't like the Le Parfum that much, but I love the Eau de Parfum. Obviously, I have a bottle. I love the La Absolute. Even if I say it's not worth it, when I say the La Absolute isn't worth it, it's because it just really reminds me a lot of the Eau de Parfum. But if you do like the, you know, the La Absolute a little bit more, obviously get it. But just to me, they're pretty similar. But even like the Le Parfum isn't the worst fragrance known to man. And the Eau de Parfum is just a crazy fragrance. It's a 10 out of 10 fragrance to me. And it really like set off that line, started it great. Got a sample of that too. Tiki Taki, did you do it where like you saw it on Instagram and you requested a sample or what? It's just the ginger note in Absolute. Yeah, because it says cool spice ginger, rich orange blossom, warm wood. So kind of a similar note breakdown, but just a little, you know, the La Absolute and Myself is literally the Eau de Parfum, just a little bit more rich. Tiki Taki says, yeah. Tiki Taki, there's an Amouage sample too that I requested that I'm going to have come in. I don't know if it's Amouage Reflection Man, but it's one of them. Rank my favorite JPGs I have. Okay, so this is kind of hard because they're both technically tied. They're both 10 out of 10s to me, but Le Beau and Ultramol, Le Beau, bergamot, coconut, and tonka bean. Pretty straightforward, juicy, sweet coconut fragrance. Ultramol, lavender, vanilla, some wood, some green notes, a nice sweeter fragrance. Both of them are good. Now, this is a 10 out of 10 summer fragrance. This is a 10 out of 10 winter fragrance. But, you know, they both get me really good compliments, and I think they're phenomenal. Yeah, Orange Blossom is such an amazing note. Yeah, I love Orange Blossom. I really, really do love Orange Blossom. If you guys are looking for a great fragrance that highlights, you know, a nice bit of Orange Blossom in there, Wings of Amber from Christopher Lee Fragrances. When I first spray this, right, you get top notes of candied lemon and blood orange. So it's very, very sweet. And then as you start to, you know, smell it more in the dry down, the middle notes and base notes, a nice orange blossom comes out. It's a great fragrance. Do you keep boxes or get rid of them? So all of the boxes I have for fragrances in my collection, I keep. When there's a fragrance that has a note, or that has a, like if I get rid of a fragrance, then the person I give it to, I'll be like, hey, do you want the box? If they don't want the box, I'll just throw it away. You should start doing giveaways. I do a giveaway every 1,000 subscribers, Mokon. Like I did one at, I think I started at 3K. Yeah, because I've done 2 giveaways. I've done 2 giveaways so far. And I'll do another one at 5K. Green notes, quote unquote green notes. Haha. What's the point of the comment? Because I said green notes because I didn't want to be like, oh, it's just kind of like some earthy notes. It's, you know, you get some patchouli. Green notes is just a nice way to be like, you know, you get a nice light green vibe. And why I say green notes is because you get this slight green vibe that comes from a couple notes instead of just one specific note that pops out. So yeah, I don't keep boxes, alien notes. I think, bro, some like notes have weird names, and some notes are really weird. Like with Sunkissed Island, you get a skin musk note, and you get like a coconut milk note. So I've been trying to get more into like fragrances that Obviously, you know, I still like having a mass appealing fragrance, something that a lot of people are going to like, but I am trying to get more into like artistic fragrances, more niche fragrances for sure. Green notes like green foods concept wise. Yeah, exactly. You know, like your green foods, those are going to be like I don't know, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, you know. But yeah, I agree. Like it's just a subset of if it's food, green foods are a subset of food. If it's notes, green notes are a subset of notes. For me, it's just easier to say green notes with John Paul with Ultramall because it's been a minute since I've looked at the note breakdown. And then I mean also at the same time, like yeah, it has a slight green vibe, but not enough to be like, oh, it has these notes that pop out. I just think it's easier just to say some green notes. Would you ever buy Jeremy Fragrance fragrances? So I was actually thinking of buying some because he had this pretty good deal. It was like 60% off or like 70% off, something like that. And he came out with like this mint one, and I was going to get the mint one. And then he had like office date and something else. It was another one of his fragrances that were in like a pack. And altogether, it would have been like $200 or something like that. But I'm pretty sure instead of getting those, I got Martha's Vineyard and Sospiro Vibrato. So yeah, I mean, I'm not very upset about it. I would have maybe liked to try some of those fragrances, but it's not the biggest deal, you know. Wavy boy, what's going on? How's your day going? Y'all, again, if you guys have not let me know yet, let me know what your guys' fragrance of the day is. I'm wearing Twist Heritage, number 137. The best cologne of Altair I have ever smelt. I've had Liquid Brun. I did not like it. Liquid Brun had this gross cardboardy vibe. I think that's the best way to put it. Good so far. What about you? Same here. And Ocean Noir. Ocean Noir, I need to try that one. I didn't know that it had coconut in it. Knowing that it has coconut definitely does make me a little more excited. Now, I've heard that it's not like the most coconut heavy scent. It's more of like, you know, a kind of a dark aquatic scent. But it looks good. It really does look good. And knowing that there is coconut in there, it makes me want to get it more. Coconut is my favorite note. Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's not many other things in life that I think smell better than coconut. Like coconut is just so good. Solid for sure. What's your favorite frag house in terms of longevity and quality? So I think if we're just strictly looking at, you know, longevity, projection, quality, City Rhythm would have to be the house that I would really recommend. They're around $170 for these 100 ml bottles. They're extrait de parfums. They smell very nicely blended together. They're not too synthetic. They're pretty natural smelling. As natural as you can, you know, really get a fragrance to be smelling. Martha's Vineyard and 2654, both some of my top complimented fragrances in my collection. They easily last at least like 10 hours on my skin, project at least 2 to 3 feet. Like there's not much better fragrances in my collection. The only thing that I kind of can knock them for is the price. You know, $170, although compared to some other houses, you know, it's really not that bad. Like I'd say these are would be more worth it than like a Louis Vuitton for double the price. I don't know. I think Martha's Vineyards, I think City Rhythm's great. So if you're looking for a good house with great longevity, great projection, really nice like blended fragrances, and like you will feel like you are getting your money's worth, look for City Rhythm. And if you guys have not, please make sure to drop a sub, drop a like for future content. Every single 1,000 subscribers, I do a giveaway. For this next giveaway, I'm thinking about doing Latafa Kamrakawa, so long as the weather is, you know, still cool out. But yeah, Latafa Kamrakawa, probably what I will be giving away. So if you guys are interested, make sure to like up the live, make sure to drop a sub, and when I hit 5K, y'all can enter the giveaway. Thoughts on Layton? Don't like it, honestly. Too minty for me. It's not the worst fragrance known to man if it didn't have that minty vibe, because it does have like a nice vanilla and a nice woodsy side, but that mint is not good. Longest lasting and weakest lasting. So my weakest fragrance would be the original fragrance, the first fragrance. This is 47 2011. And this came out in like the 1700s, late 1700s, around the time Napoleon was around. And this fragrance was made in Germany, and it has just a very simple smell to it. Obviously some alcohol, but you know, you get just some slight citruses, just a very clean citrusy fragrance, but it doesn't last more than, I'd say, a minute. Like literally, I put this on my wrist, I walked upstairs, I'm like, Mom, smell this, because I like just got it. And she starts smelling, she's like searching all throughout my arm, and she's like, I cannot smell this. So it's a cool fragrance for sure, and it's a piece of history, which is why I enjoy to have this one for sure, but does not last long at all. And then my longest lasting fragrance in my collection, probably Dior Sauvage Elixir. You know, Sauvage Elixir, you get some licorice, you get a licorice root note. You don't get licorice, right? I hate when people are like, oh my God, licorice, I'm not gonna like it. It doesn't smell like licorice. It smells earthy. It's a licorice root note. So lavender, a lot of woods, a licorice root note. Beautiful fragrance. It's so, so good. And it lasts, I'm gonna say at least like 16 hours on my skin. Like it's crazy, crazy strong. Lattafa is a little sweet. It definitely is a sweet fragrance. Do you like vanilla amber scents? If you have, can you give us a few? I'm saying for recommendation, I think Fragrance World Baracot Amber Eve is great. This is a clone of Grand Soir. Literally vanilla and amber. It's all I get with this fragrance, and it's like 20 bucks. So that one's good. And I don't know. I mean, a lot of the vanilla fragrances do have a nice amber note to them. At that point, you know, you're talking about a lot. Vanilla amber, what's another one? Prada Black gives me a vanilla ambery vibe. I think those are like the two vanilla amber fragrances I love, like really, really love. Booze and whiskey scents for winter, strong projection. Where's this little sample I have? So this is just a sample I have, but this is Mancera's Amber Eve. You get whiskey in the top notes, and then, you get whiskey in the top notes, and then kind of like a very rich ambery dry down. Now, I will say this one is a little more feminine than the like traditional fragrance, so it might not be for you if you're looking for like a super masculine fragrance. But do I even have, I don't really have that many like boozy fragrances. I guess here's another one. Twist Heritage, number 137. This one has bourbon vanilla in it. Only thing is, it's not like the strongest fragrance known to man, but it's definitely not, insanely weak. King, what's going on? Sub King M3. Blue Jeans still good in 2026? Yes, I think, well, it's not 2026 yet, but going into 2026, I mean, it's still going to be good. But here's the thing with fragrances, whether it's blue, oh my God, dude, why do I have these hiccups? With fragrances, whether it's Blue Jeans, whether it's Drakkar Noir, whether it's Dior Sauvage, it's up to the person, right? So for me, I love Blue Jeans. It's going to be a good fragrance to wear in 2026. But if you don't like Blue Jeans, it's not going to be a good fragrance to wear. That is kind of like one thing that I do hate about the fragrance community is if someone doesn't, not everyone, but I notice a decent amount of people, when someone has like a different opinion on them than a fragrance, like they automatically think this person has like no clue what they're talking about. I've had so many people be like, I'm not listening to you. You recommend Blue Jeans. It's because I like it, and the people I've shown it to enjoy it. Just record 2 vids. There you go, King. Booze and Whiskey Scents. I already read that one. M3 grinding because can't do vids. Family coming this week. Let's go Mocon. Might do 2 reaction later to get 4 vids. There you go. Oh shit, what I just recommend? Mocon. Here, you can take screenshots of these too. This is Fragrance World Amber Eve. And this is Prada Black. Do you have Stronger With You Intensely? I did have Stronger With You Intensely. It was a good fragrance. I ended up trading it. I didn't want to trade it, but one of my brother's friends was like kind of being an asshole, and we were gonna do a trade. And bro was like, okay, you're gonna throw Stronger With You Intensely in for $20, or I'm not doing this deal. And you know, I needed money, so he ended up getting my Stronger With You Intensely. I really regret that. I really regret that, because like I was already giving that dude a great deal, and he's like, nope, you have to put this in, or else I don't want it. I'm sick with a grind on stock. There you go. Give me a shout out next vid. I'll give you a shout out right now. Big shout out Mokon. Comment on any vid. Oh, okay. I was thinking Mokon was talking to me. He's talking to King. Thoughts on fragrance influencers saying don't wear this and that because okay. So Slipslot brings up a great point. Does popularity equal like? So okay, as weird as it sounds, people try to push this narrative that popularity equals like a fragrance not being good, but that doesn't make any sense, right? People are like, oh, Sauvage is so good, or Sauvage is so popular, don't wear it. Because a fragrance is popular doesn't mean that it's not good. It doesn't mean that you can't stand out with it. Even Dior Sauvage, you know, I've smelled, although it's a more common scent, when I smell Dior Sauvage, it still smells unique. You know, there's not many fragrances that smell like Sauvage. When I've never understood, like, yeah, whatever, you want to be different within fragrances, great, you know, try out some niche. But at the same time, like, don't just be telling people, oh my God, Sauvage isn't good because a lot of people wear it. Oh, Bleu de Chanel isn't good because a lot of people wear it, you know. I've really never understood that. There's a lot of trends that I'm like, why? Like, why are we hating on fragrances because they're popular? You know, like, I'm sorry we're not wearing your stinky poop fragrances. Sick shirt. Hey, no problem. Thank you. Who cares what another guy thinks, to be honest, LOL. The girls like it. That's what matters. Exactly. I don't have Michael Malal. No, I don't have Michael Malal. I wish I did, because I really want Ocean Noir from him. James Ranson just died. Who's that? Sounds kind of familiar, but not really. Who was that? Soul Sasan. Dior Sauvage is the beast. And like, sure, yeah, you know, Dior Sauvage, it's a popular fragrance. It gets used a lot. Versace Eros, popular fragrance. It gets used a lot. Bleu de Chanel, popular, gets used a lot. YSLY, popular, it gets used a lot. But it doesn't mean that they're bad fragrances. Of course, if you want to, you know, wear a different sort of fragrance and stand out, that's beautiful. But hating on something because it's popular doesn't really make a lot of sense. But no problem. I do agree with you. Sauvage is definitely abused. That's why, you know, I prefer like the Elixir, because it doesn't have that Sauvage DNA. Like, I don't know, maybe the tiniest bit, if you want to talk about it being like a woodsy, peppery fragrance, sure, it has that Sauvage DNA, but it smells very, very different. And one thing that I hate too, anytime I talk about like Sauvage Elixir, so many people will come in and they're like, don't wear Sauvage. Sauvage is so bad. This guy thinks Sauvage is good. It's not the original Sauvage. I don't know. I don't know if people can't read or if they can't hear, but like everybody thinks I'm talking about just Sauvage EDT, and they're like, no, that one's not good. Ocean Noir is fire. See, if Ocean Noir, right? If that, you know, recommendation is gonna end up anything like these two recommendations, it's gonna be a good fragrance, you know. Grimm put me on Martha's Vineyard. Grimm put you, King, on Sunkissed Island, and then you put me on Sunkissed Island. But, you know, if Ocean Noir goes down anything, if that blind buy goes down anything like these two blind buys, it's gonna be great. Actor from Sinister, dang. See, I love Sinister. That was a great movie. And that was a scary movie, too. But I think the movie that scared me the most watching it, Terrifier, dude. Terrifier 1 is so damn scary. No, actually, y'all, Bring Her Back, I had to end that like halfway through. Most fucked up movie I think I've ever seen. I need Elixir King. You do. Do you have a sod or do you not have a sod? I can never remember what you have. It was actually scary. Dude, I'm saying, yes. Well, or gross. So, here's my thing, right? With Terrifier, that was scary. Or is it called Terrifier, the one with Art the Clown? Like, that one was super scary to me. And Bring Her Back, there's this scene where this kid takes like a big ass chef's knife and like sticks it in between his teeth and like goes like halfway like up his mouth with it, like all the way up here. And that one was obviously like terrifying and scary, but more gross than anything. But yeah, so those are like my two experiences. But dude, Terrifier scares me. I've not seen the third one. A lot of people say that one's like super, super scary. And I heard the second one wasn't really good, but I've heard the third one is great. Got Ocean Noir, Citizen Jack, Intense, Mahogany. Michael's definitely should be more popular. And I mean, I would like to try some from them, but I've also heard some people say Michael Malal fragrances are like super overrated and they shouldn't be more than like $60. Of course, I'm not going to sit here and let people make opinions for me, so I will try something. I'm thinking Ocean Noir though, to at least start out with. 3 celebrity deaths that made me sad. 3 celebrity deaths that made me sad. We're gonna do non-political because I don't really try to bring up politics and stuff. 3 deaths that really made me sad. Although I wasn't alive for this, Johnny Cash. Sad how he died, and he left a really, really big legacy. Hulk Hogan. I mean, sure, if he made some mistakes in his life, bad on him for that. But he was, he's Hulk Hogan. He's Hulk Hogan. He's Hulk Hogan. He's the Hulk Hogan. So sad when he passed away. And then last celebrity death, I don't really know, because like I'd say Heath Ledger was pretty sad. Juice WRLD was sad. XXXTentacion was sad. Those were more deaths that had happened like when I was younger. Lil Peep was sad. PNB Rock was sad. I think PNB Rock kind of it made me sad too, because I listened to some PNB Rock since I was young. Yeah, like there's that. There's a lot of things that have made me sad though. Put me on Sunkissed Island, New Harlem, Ocean Noir, and all y'all put me on to Amour. Yeah, Amour is great. Thoughts on Weapons? I've never seen it. I got a sod. That's what I thought. I don't know if I already responded to that. I'll watch it then. Love horror films, so I'm less scared and looking to be more disturbed. Yeah, it is like when I tell you, in Bring Her Back. So normally I'm great with horror movies. Like I love horror movies. It's one of my favorite genres. Literally, when that scene happened, me and my girlfriend started like freaking out, like trying to look away, and we just fucking grabbed her TV remote, turned that shit off, and just did not watch anything for a little bit, dude. That like actually scared us. 28 years later, great film. You don't really have to see the first two. Cry when you watch it. Main character, young boy who has to become a man in a matter of days. Yeah, exactly. I've seen one of them. I don't know if it's 28 days later, 28 weeks later. I know it's not 28 years later because that one just came out. But I think probably 28 days later sounds about right. But yeah, I want to rewatch all of them because I've heard that they're great. Heath Ledger was sad. Robin Williams, yeah, that was one I forgot about. Robin Williams was always sad because a lot of the movies I watched growing up had him in it. Mrs. Doubtfire. Wasn't Robin Williams in like the live action Peter Pan? Something like that? Chester from Linkin Park? Exactly. Robin Williams, definitely a good answer. Hey man, you're a PSL god for real? I don't know what that means, but thank you, if that's a good thing. Mind Games Mentor, any thoughts? Never tried Mind Games Mentor. The only Mind Games I have ever tried, this is Mind Games Ruby Lopez. Really, really bad fragrance here. I almost said really, really good. It's like an old lady perfume, and then it has like oud in it. Just not the best mix, Any video game character's death? That's a great question, Soul Sasan. Michael's death kind of made me sad a little bit in GTA. If you chose, like for me, I chose to not kill any of them. I chose to just kill Devin. That's what makes the most sense to me. Plus, I don't want to get rid of Michael and not be able to play as Michael. I don't want to get rid of Trevor, not be able to play as Trevor. So Michael's death kind of made me sad. Trevor's didn't really make me sad. The Last of Us, Joel's death made me sad. That one guy off Call of Duty World War II, not Turner. Is it Turner? I don't know. There was like one of the generals who died in Call of Duty World War II. That one was sad. The dad in Call of Duty Ghost, that was sad. Yeah, there's a lot of good games that kind of made me sad. The Last of Us made me really, really sad though. I played The Last of Us 1 and 2, some of the best games ever, but really good storyline. And it sucks because it's like it makes you love Joel. Like there's not many people who didn't like Joel. Yeah, Lenny in Red Dead Redemption, and then even going more, you have Arthur's death, you have fucking John's death eventually in, the first one. But yeah, there's a lot for sure. Blue Day Chanel, always a top choice for Gen for sure. Yeah, yeah. Blue Day Chanel, that's just you're in easy wear territory. Blue Day Chanel, throw it on year round, you'll get compliments. What's good some of the day? Ferragamo spicy leather. Jason, how is that fragrance? I've seen bright leather, and I kind of wish I picked up bright leather because people are like, if you don't like leather, bright leather is like a great entry leather. I never picked it up though. Jason, my scent of the day, Twist Heritage number 137. Is Terre de Hermes seductive? Never tried any Terre de Hermes, unfortunately. My boy, can I become mod, please? No, you can't. D&D, I think I'm gonna take away your mod privileges actually, because you've been so inactive on the channel. Yeah, what's your guys' favorite video game of all time? I guess that's a good question. My favorite video game of all time probably would have to be, The Last of Us 1 and 2, I kind of grouped those two together because they're like pretty much it's like one big complete game. I think that's a great game. GTA 5 as well. Those are like my two favorites. It's Sospiro Vibrato, that good. I don't do good with powdery fragrances. So with Vibrato, I don't get a lot of powder, honestly, like at all. With Vibrato, all I really get is ginger and grapefruit combo. When I talk about this fragrance and I talk about the note breakdown, a lot of the times I will say ginger, grapefruit, you get some powdery notes because powdery notes is what comes up in the note breakdown. And then you also get some woodsy notes or, whatever I say, some green notes for this note breakdown. But the powdery notes I really don't get. Like, primarily this is just like a fresh, citrusy grapefruit sort of scent. It has to be Elden Ring. I want to try, because isn't Elden Ring, isn't that Skyrim, or are those separate games? Or no, that's Elder Scrolls, right? And Elden Ring that one's a significantly newer game, but they're kind of like the same things. Not the same things, but like a similar kind of game. Just picked up original Hummer for 20, super underrated. Smells like Burberry London. Damn, that could be good. I've not tried Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I want to though. Last of Us close second. Yeah, it's a great game. The first one is good. The second one is good. I've seen some people like always complaining about the second Last of Us. They're like, oh, it's not that good. Second Last of Us is a great game, and it's significantly longer than The Last of Us 1. Like, it took me way longer to complete. Carolina Herrera 212. NYC is also a banger. Before you try Elden Ring, it'll change your life. Elden Ring is not the same as Skyrim. I know, I don't think it's the same, but they're similar games, right? Because they're both like, what I guess you'd say, medieval games, something like that. Mykah, should you buy Full House again or the other one? So wild card or full house. I would say if you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit heavier for year. So these are both year-round fragrances. If you're looking for something a little bit heavier, a little more woodsy floral, go wild card. If you want something a little more citrusy fresh with some tea, go Full House. Personally, I would recommend Full House over Wild Card, but Wild Card is still a great fragrance. Smells good, and it lasts a really long time on my skin, like a crazy long time. I'm also super impressed by Scandal. There you go. I really want to try Scandal. It's good. Citrus, saffron, spicy fragrance. Hey, that sounds good. That sounds pretty good, Jason. I love saffron. I love saffron in fragrances. Um, Elden Ring is a significantly harder game. Well, from my understanding too, Skyrim is like a pretty hard game to complete, and it takes a long time to complete. Only played Last of Us 1, both huge open worlds in that way they're similar, both have dragons. Scariest video game monster of all time. Dude, fucking what am I thinking of? That lake monster in Resident Evil 4. Dude, that thing, I guess it wasn't that scary, but like it would just pop out of nowhere, dude. And it was kind of hard for me to kill at first, but after I killed it, it wasn't that bad. I guess that's not that bad. In Resident Evil, I want to say 3, that like super big guy who just keeps following you around like the prison or the like jail and stuff like that. I think he's probably the scariest one. Just cuz he's like invincible and he'll pop out of nowhere. I will say Resident Evil, one of the best game franchises ever. Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Resident Evil 8 Village, Resident Evil 4, the original and the remake are both great. 3 and 2 are great as well. Other clone. Oh, the other clone of Imagine. Okay, see, I was so confused because I was I was thinking to myself, I'm like, D&D, didn't you just buy Wildcard? But between these two, Full House or Aqua Dubai, if you want more of a soapy clean vibe and a little more of an expanded fruity vibe, but it's not that different. When I say expanded fruity vibe, it's just because there's a different in notes. Like there's pineapple in this one, but I don't really get like a pineapple vibe. But if you want more of a fruity, soapy vibe, go Aqua Dubai. If you want more of a powdery tea vibe, go Full House. But they're very, very similar. They're within, 90% of each other, regardless. But yeah, I was so confused. I'm like D&D, are you really need to buy a whole another bottle of Wildcard already? All right, both has dragons. Recently bought Hugo Boss bottled. Nice. How is it? I have the original bottled EDT and the scent magnetic. Both are great. Worked at a restaurant. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. What's happening, young man? Chief of DC? Not much. What about you? Having a pretty chill day. And then yeah, just having a chill day doing this now. Mr. D&D, did you ask to become a mod? Yeah, he denied it. So, okay, Jason, D&D knows he's a mod, but one of his favorite things to do, he'll pop in for the first time in a couple of weeks, and he's just like, can I be mod? Even though he is a mod. Jack in Resident Evil 7 and Baby in Resident Evil 8. Yeah, great. Yeah, both good, good like villains for sure. Is Baby that really tall girl in Resident Evil 8, or who's that really? No, it's Miss Something, that really tall girl. Think I'm gonna buy Full House again then. Yeah, there you go. Rat King and The Last of Us 2. Dude, the Rat King, I didn't even think about that. Oh my god. There's so many things that I forget about because I haven't played some of these video games in a hot minute. Just watching football. Chief of DC, there you go. Gotcha, my bad, Jason, just trolling. D&D, how dare you, dude. Jason is in here to enjoy his live, and you're sitting here trying to freaking troll him, D&D. Unbelievable. Let's see. I don't know how much longer we're going to keep this live going. I may end up going live again later today. Only thing I have today is a dinner at 6. And I just need to film a review on this. So I really don't have much going on. I probably will end up being live again later today. So start putting in your guys' last comments. 45 minutes, not bad. I also don't want to say I'm going to go on for another 15 minutes and have my phone die because my phone's at 11%. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Start putting in your guys' last comments. Troll myself from time to time. Time for the other live. If I do another live, it would probably be, I'll say either I really don't know, honestly. I have a dinner at 6, and I don't have any school or anything. Well, it's Saturday too. No, it's Sunday. I don't have any school tomorrow, so I'll probably be done by 8. If I do a live later tonight, it'll probably be I don't know, 8, sometime a little after 8, but before 9:30 my time, mountain time. I'm sorry I can't give you guys like an exact time frame, but if it's somewhere later tonight, anywhere from like probably like 8 to 8:30 is when I'd be starting it if I do it later. And if I do it earlier, then I don't know, maybe like a 5 to 5:30, something like that. Oh, I did Ultramall and Savage Elixir. Great combo. I need to try that one. I need to try that. But all the times I do like remember it as a fragrance of the day. I'm going to school and I don't want to. Although I know it probably won't be too strong, I'm like terrified that it might not be good at school. But I think it would be good. Favorite country song of all time. Favorite country song of all time. Chris Stapleton, Broken Halos. I love that song. I don't know if it cut off because my phone just turned to 10%, but Chris Stapleton, Golden Halos. Try to remember, tune in for the other live. There you go. Take care, Mike, and hopefully you have a good time at the dinner. Hey, D&D, I appreciate it. Off non-linked, never heard of it. Y'all, I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully I will be live later. You know, I try to tell you guys, oh, I'll be live later, and I go live later. You know, I try not to be like, oh, I might go live later, and I don't go live. So we should be live later. I appreciate you guys. Again, drop a sub, drop a like if you guys have not already. I want to thank everyone for being in here. Thank everyone for showing me some support. Thank you all and have a great day. Just do one spray each side of the neck. So, okay, I guess real quick, Chief of DC. Each side of the neck, like here and here, or should I do, as you said, go like behind the ear? Because I don't know. And I mean, I think I might just be overthinking it because I do like 3 sprays of Ultramall, 3 sprays of Savage Elixir when I wear it. So I think I'll be fine. But yeah, I think I might do. Behind. I mean, it's pretty much the same area no matter what. But yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. I like behind the ear. Okay, I'll try it like that. I'll try to go up a little higher. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully, I'll see you guys later. Peace, everyone.